Today, Monday, January 27th, 2025, is International Holocaust Remembrance Day. The Auschwitz Memorial and Museum commemorated their 80th anniversary of the liberation of German Nazi concentration and extermination camp Auschwitz. The main commemoration began at 4 p.m. in a special tent that was built over the gate to the former Auschwitz II Birkenau camp. One of the symbols of the commemoration was a freight car that stood directly in front of the gate. Until the liberation of some 7,000 prisoners remaining at the site of the camp by soldiers of the Red Army, the German Nazis murdered approximately 1.1 million people in Auschwitz, mostly Jews, but also Poles, the Roma, Soviet prisoners of war, and people of other nationalities. For the world today, Auschwitz is a symbol of the Holocaust and the atrocities of World War II. In 2005, the United Nations declared January 27th as the International Holocaust Remembrance Day. I would like to speak a little bit on the remembrance of the Holocaust. Kind of a touchy subject, but something that does need to be brought out. We have a problem in our country today with anti-Semitism. Colleges, university students, and professors alike protested the Hamas Israel War that started on October 7, 2023. They burned flags, shouted "Free, Free Palestine," and marched up and down the streets of cities including Washington, D.C. They blocked streets, looted, committed crimes, and nobody has stopped them. Most people think this is politically correct. They blame the Jews in Israel for the Hamas war when Hamas captured, raped, killed, and held hostage many people that are still held hostage today. The Hamas Israel War started on the last day of the Jewish holiday Sukkot, or the Feast of Tabernacles, during one of the highest holy days of the Bible. When Hamas spokesman Abu Abadiah began a speech marking the 100th day of the war in Gaza, one confounding yet eye-opening proclamation escaped from the headlines. Listing the motives for the Palestinian militant group October 7th massacre in Israel, he accused the Jews of bringing red cows to the Holy Land. The cows he was talking about are red heifers, which now graze at a secure, undisclosed location in the Israeli-occupied West Bank. They are key to rebuilding the Jewish temple that once stood in Jerusalem and to beckoning the Messiah. To understand, you have to look back almost 2,000 years in the horrific history of the Middle East. When the ancient Romans destroyed the last temple in Jerusalem, to rebuild it, fervent believers point to the Bible's book of Numbers, which commands the Israelites to offer a red heifer without defect or blemish, and that never has been under a yoke. Only with that offering can the temple rise again. Today, the Dome of Rock and Al-Aqsa Mosque, which are among the holiest sites in Islam, stand in the temple's place now. Today, heavily armed guards ensure that only Muslims are allowed inside the complex. But that hasn't stopped Jewish activists from leading groups onto the Temple Mount 5 days every week. Hamas dubbed its October 7th terror attack on Israel the Al-Aqsa Wave, and the group's emblem features the Dome of Rock behind two crossed swords. While most Muslims do not support Hamas's violence, they do share its unwavering devotion to sacred ground. The temple will be rebuilt. The book of Revelation says so. And even the Muslims know the rapture is near. They fear the third temple. God gave Abraham a covenant. Now the Lord has said to Abraham, "Get out of your country, from your family, and from your father's house, to a land I will show you. I will make you a great nation. I will bless you and make your name great, and you shall be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and I will curse those who curse you. And in you all the families of the earth shall be blessed." God promised Abraham land. Today, that land is called Israel. God promised to make Abraham a nation. Israel became a great nation after they left Egypt. Today, they occupy only part of the land that God had promised them. But someday, God will give them all the land He promised. Christ will be ruling in this kingdom as King of Israel. God promises to bless and protect Israel. God promises to protect the nation of Israel. God promises to bless those nations who bless Israel, but anyone who despises, demeans, or seeks to harm Israel will be cursed by God. Himself, this is the reason to support Israel. Any nation in the world who seeks to harm Israel will find God's wrath upon it. God's wrath will come when He chooses. For some, it will not occur until the end of the world. God will punish the sins of anti-Semitism. Not only will God punish those who attack Israel, but He will punish those who rejoice that Israel suffers. Eventually, God destroyed one nation because it attacked Israel. Another nation was destroyed because it rejoiced when Israel was attacked by another nation. In addition, another nation was destroyed because it sought vengeance on Israel. One nation was punished because they claimed that Israel did not a special relationship with God. We as Christians must stand with Israel. God will bless those that do and curse those who don't. Today was a very important day in Jewish history, and that led to the liberation of Jerusalem in 1948. I urge you to stand with Israel and denounce anti-Semitism. God will protect Israel and bless those who side with it.